Hello, students. Welcome to our new lesson, paragraph outlining. First, let's think together about what is a paragraph. A paragraph is a group of sentences that talk about one main idea. Now, after you research a topic, you determine the main idea of your paragraph. You choose one main idea about that topic and you identify several supporting details that prove or back it or support it. Now, a paragraph outline, and this is our main point here, it shows only the main idea of your paragraph and the order in which the supporting points will be presented and the concluding idea. So we have like three parts, the main idea, the supporting points, and the concluding idea. As we structure our outline, as we write it, as we do it or present it, we observe the following parts. First, let's put the topic sentence first and underline it, and put the concluding sentence at the end and underline it. And then we should use Roman numerals followed by periods, which is the first one is Roman number 1 for the topic sentence and Roman number 2 for the concluding sentence. So what do we understand from here? We know that we must put next to the topic sentence Roman number 1 and Roman number 2 next to the concluding sentence. What do we put in between? We put the supporting points in either phrases or complete sentences, but be consistent. If we started with a phrase, continue with phrases. If we start with a sentence, continue with a sentence. Now, whenever we write, we use capital letters, okay? Followed by periods for the supporting points. And we do not include any examples. The additional examples are there only as more details in the paragraph. We put the details as titles and we leave the examples alone, or the sentences that support the supporting points alone. Outlining is very important for you whenever you want to write because it allows you to map your thoughts into a coherent logical organization. If you look at the outline, then you will be able to write a good paragraph later. We see this example taken from our book, from our grammar book, practice book, page 57. The paragraph says here begins with a topic sentence. If we notice here, the topic sentence is just as the following. Let's see here. The computer, a 20th century revolutionary discovery, has significantly changed the way people live. And this is like topic sentence. It began with a big letter and it ended with a period. It tells me what I'm supposed to read about in this paragraph. I'm going to read that the computer changed the way people live. If I want to read more, I will start by now the supporting details. And let me see what details I have to include in my outline. The first detail has got to do with the studying can now take place at home via the internet. If I want to put the detail in a sentence, I would just copy it as it is, from studying up to internet. But if I want to use it as a phrase, I must make some changes in it. I must omit the verb can, and I will add ing to the verb in it. So studying taking place at home via the internet. Now, when they mentioned this detail, they gave me an example more for me just to understand the idea more. There's no need for me to put the example in the outline because examples are very tiny details that I can do without. So this would, for example, help homebound sick children. I'm not going to include it. The second detail that I can include here is that students can also search for information online and obtain thought results with seconds. So if I want to use it as a phrase, I have to omit the can. And for the word search, I must add ing, like students searching for information online and obtaining the sought results within seconds. And then another detail, work becoming so much easier to manage by using computer for storing, processing, and analyzing. Here, the one that is in black, there's no need for me to include it in my outline because it's just an additional detail. In addition to keeping a backup file as a reserve option, it's not one of the supporting ideas. It's an example of how the supporting idea is done. And the idea that follows would be that the people working from home through the computer or shopping, another one, shopping can be done online, so shoppers don't waste time looking around shops for items. That leaves us for the last sentence of the paragraph. And as we know before, that is the concluding sentence. So whenever I put it in the outline, I must put the Roman number 2 before it, and then I write it as a sentence form. So I begin with a capital letter and end with a period. In brief, computers have raided every aspect of our life, making it more convenient and comfortable. If you notice that I began my sentence with in brief because it is a sign of a concluding sentence. In brief means in short. Okay. To the outlining, to the shape of the outline. How will it look like? Now, I read my paragraph. Now it's the time to do the outline as I thought, as I was thinking about it through reading the paragraph. This is the outline. In the outline, as I said, first of all, we have to put the Roman number 1. And then I write next to it topic sentence. And then I write the topic sentence from the capital letter to the period and I underline it. And then, as I said, supporting details. Next to the supporting detail, I put the letter A, the capital letter A. So next to supporting detail 1, capital letter A. Next to supporting detail 2, capital letter B, and so on until I put C, D, and E. So there are, all in all, 5 supporting details, which are numbered or maybe classified as capital A, capital B, C, D, and E. Now, notice here when I wrote these details, I didn't write sentences. I wrote phrases. That's why you can find that here I'm not putting any point at the end. So studying now taking place, as you can see here, taking, I added the ing because I'm writing phrases now. Students searching and obtaining, work becoming, okay? Using computer and giving the chance of some work to some to work home through the computer, doing shopping, avoiding wasting time, all right, or standing in the line. And at the end, I put, as you notice, I put the Roman number 2 and the concluding sentence, and then I wrote the concluding sentence complete from the capital letter up till the point, and I underlined it. Now we're going to do the same thing, but another example. Now I'm going to take from page 50. But before that, let's see, page 58, we still have some questions to answer. What is preceded by a Roman number 1 and 2? Next to what do I put Roman number 1 and Roman number 2? Next to the topic sentence and next to the concluding sentence. These are the ones that are preceded by Roman numerals. And you have to copy the answer. The next one says, what is preceded by a capital letter A, B, C, D, and E? Of course, next to the A, B, C, and E, I have to write the um, supporting details. So supporting details are preceded by capital. Now on page 59, I can see another example, another paragraph. It's called the benefits of video games. Let's put it together and find out it talks about what and find out where the topic sentence is, where the concluding sentence is, and where the details. Video games are frowned upon by parents as time wasters. It means they think that they are wasting our time. But they may actually teach kids high-level thinking skills needed in the future. But they don't know the fact that these games teach a person uh, how to think. So mainly from video up till in the future, this is the topic sentence. I will write it next to Roman number 1 in my outline. To start with, video games teach problem solving and logic. So the first detail that I'm concerned with is that video games teaching. I want to write it as a phrase. So what shall I do? I would simply add ing. Teaching problem solving and logic. And this would be my first detail. When a child plays a game such as The Incredible Machine or Angry Birds, he or she trains his brain to come up with creative ways to solve puzzles and other problems in short bursts. In fact, this is an example. There's no need for me to put it in my outline. The player also learns to make decisions and manage limited resources the same way as in real life. So this is another detail, another a detail that supports the main idea. I'm going to put it as a phrase. So I can say player learning to make decisions and manage limited resources. Now, in addition, there's growing evidence that kids who previously showed little interest in reading and writing are now acquiring advanced literacy skills. So another detail would be acquiring advanced literacy skills. Reading to get instructions, follow storylines of games, and get information from the game text. This would be an example. Finally, another detail, repeated experiments showing, instead of have shown, I can put showing. I add ing to the main verb shown, and it will be showing that playing fast-paced action video games increases the player's ability to hold several times of information in mind at once. And that leads me to the last sentence, which is what actually it is that what it is the concluding sentence. I would simply have put it in the outline. I would put the Roman number 2, and next to it, I would put this sentence starting from the capital letter, the ending with the period, and I will underline it. So the concluding sentence here is these benefits are some examples of how video games give the brain a real workout. Let's see now, in our book, let's say page 60, here is how it looks like. Here is, and we should fill it. We should fill it the same way as we did while I was talking and telling you how to do it. And the final result would be as follows. So the topic sentence, I put it and I underlined it. Supporting detail 1, video games teaching. Notice the ing. Player learning, growing evidence, repeated experiments showing, and then I would put only the last sentence. I would say it's a concluding sentence. Of course, I would put the Roman number 2. So as you notice here, Roman number 1, and then letters for the supporting details, capital A, capital B, capital C, and capital D. I did not put any examples, any more details, just the main details. And then I put the concluding sentence as it is from the capital to the period. I hope this session was helpful for you to know how to do your outlines. Please look and watch very carefully and write down any answers we've done together. Copy them and send me the answers. Thank you.